How all babies over 6 months can sleep 8 hours plus a night without leaving them to cry it out. If your baby is over 6 months and is still waking multiple times a night, it's not because they can't sleep, it's because something is keeping them stuck. I'm Nikki. I'm a sleep intervention specialist, and I've worked with children for over 20 years. I specialize in sleep intervention. My trade was learned in real life, in real homes, not from theory, not from textbooks, not from online sleep courses. I've done the time. I'm experienced in what children need and what children want. So I step in when families are exhausted. Um, I'm sure you've read multiple books or you've Googled and you know exactly or what you could be doing to help your little one sleep. Maybe you don't know the exact thing for your individual child, but you've got an idea of how to help them. But the thought of doing that overnight yourself is overwhelming. So I step in and help out. Um, I deliver change really quickly, but I do it properly, and that's the key. So in the next 10-15 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how I help babies sleep 8 hours within days without leaving them crying out. And I show you why it works. So, most babies don't sleep through the night. Sleep isn't luck. It's about three things. It's about skill, it's about structure, and it's about response and how we respond to them. So, skill. They've learned to fall asleep in a particular way. They've learned, and that there becomes their new normal. That becomes what they know, how they fall asleep. So that's the skill. We need to teach them how to fall asleep in a way that encourages full night sleeps. The structure of their day. Their day isn't built around creating enough sleep pressure. There's a sleep unbalance of some sort, and that could come in multiple different ways. Not enough naps, too many naps. Wake windows are too long, wake windows are too short. Naps are positioned at times of the day that isn't conducive to a good night's sleep. So I look at that and see what their day structure looks like. Another thing, responses. So parents sometimes are unknowingly reinforcing night wakes. So how we respond to a little one at night reinforces them or moves away from them. So two different things I have to look at there. So, and overtired cycles are happening. Your little one is more than likely, families I work with, little one is overtired. There's a sleep deficit of some sort. And when you're sleep deprived, it's difficult to learn a new skill. It's difficult for parents to push through and teach that new skill. So sleep isn't random, it's patterned. And when you change the pattern, that's when night changes. So here is, I thought I'd add in this little text exchange from a family that I worked with. And I remember speaking to them on their first call. And they said to me, she's just not a good sleeper. Sleep has never been her thing. And look where he got her. Nikki, she slept 7:30 to 6:07. Can't believe it. It's just, these things are achievable. Crazy. We thought she wasn't a good sleeper. No child is not a good sleeper. Sleep is a biological need that we will always fall asleep, but it's how we learn to fall asleep that's the important bit. So children aren't bad sleepers. Yes, they have different sleep needs, but still, even with the lower sleep needs, we still should be getting good consolidated night sleeps. This is how I help babies. So it's the 3-stage sleep intervention process. And I'm going to break them down one by one so you can see exactly what it is I do. Just make this a bit bigger for myself so I can see it. So the 3 stage. So the first thing I do is a sleep analysis. I need to find out the why. It's very important that we find out the why. It's why children are struggling with little one sleep. So I ask families to record their little one's sleep or to send me a sleep diary. So if you've already got this, study your little one's sleep diary. Look at their timings. Look at their nap length. Figure out, are they getting enough daytime sleep? Are they going into nighttime sleep able to learn a new skill, or are they going in there overtired and exhausted? So that's in the sleep analysis. The next thing I look like in the sleep analysis is your little one's temperament. It's very important to assess their personality and temperament because some children are highly independent and our loving support is actually overstimulating them, or other children are super sensitive and they need you to be right there beside them while they learn this new skill. So we'll figure out your little one's personality. Then I have to identify any sleep onset associations. So what's exactly helping your little one go to sleep, and how then we can wean off that or remove that or move towards a independent sleep path. I talk to parents about how they respond to their little ones. What are they doing in the middle of the night when their little one wakes up? We have to look at that. We look at if little one, as I said before, is in any sleep deficit, so that's really important. So, and I look at their feeding and their comfort patterns. How are they responded to in the day? How are they taking on enough calories in the day that gets them through the night? Are they having little tiny snacks all through the night, all through the day, and then little tiny snacks all through the night? So we have to look at all that. So I don't guess what's going on. I fully diagnose. I know exactly what it is that's preventing your little one sleeping through, and I know exactly what we need to work on to see improvement. So all this is in the sleep analysis. So you can look at this for your little one. So here is a nice little sleep diary of before and after. I've worked with families. Every family I work with fills in sleep diaries. So this is something that you should be seeing with your little one when you decide to whether you work with sleep with a sleep specialist like me, or you decide to work on sleep on your own. This is before. Look at all these wakes, nursed, rocked, co-slept. All these things were happening all through the night. And then after we worked together, such and such slept through the night for the first time in 16 months. No wakings. Imagine 16 months of disturbed sleeps. And now they are sleeping through. It's amazing. It's so rewarding seeing things like that. So, this could be you too. There's no child that can't sleep. Okay, so step 2. Now, this is the transformation. This is when we begin to work on your little one's sleep. So we change the pattern. We change what it is that that's familiar with them, and we gently reduce the amount of support that they're receiving. So this is where in the work that I do, I go into people's houses and I do this for them. But if you're watching this and you want to do it yourself, it's this you can, from the analysis, figure out what it is that's stopping your little one, and then come up with a plan to change the pattern. So what I do is I arrive and I reset what's going on. I set clear boundaries. I manage little one's bedtimes, and I respond to little ones intentionally. So I have a plan that I stick to, that I'm very consistent with, and I adjust the plan as little ones begins to accept the changes that we're making. So I adjust it in real time, in real life. So I stay calm when baby escalates. If baby is protesting the changes that we're making, they need a calming presence around them so that they can feel that everything is okay, that they can feel cared for, that they can feel secure, because I am calm and I am repetitive. So it's the work that I do is responsive, it's steady, and it's confident. And the reason it works quickly is because I remove inconsistency. So when parents are tired, they wobble. I don't. And that is where we get a response. But we're not leaving your baby to cry it out. Somebody is with them, whether it be me or their parent, helping them through whatever it is that's happening. So these two together, if you do your sleep analysis and you do your transformation nights, then you get better nights. Number 3 in my little diagram that helps in the 3-stage sleep intervention process is reinforce. So this is where I make it stick. It's not just about me coming to your house, doing a few nights, and then saying bye-bye, and you guys are like, okay, well, now what? You just don't get a couple of good nights sleep. You get a plan that's here to stay, because I am with you. I stay with you for 30 days after my initial stay with you. I will stay with you and provide support for 30 days, private support for 30 days. And I will guide you through exactly what I did to help your little one sleep, so that you can then do the same thing for when I'm not there. So I guide you through any regressions. I guide you through any illnesses. We talk about what to do when your little one is traveling, so that when we are not together when our 30 days are over, then you are very clear and you are calm and you're confident and you know how to help your little one sleep. You basically become your own child's sleep expert. So I make sure the skill is built and is around and is sticking about, and it's not just something that's flitting and it just works for 3 nights and that's it. So anyone can have a good night's sleep. We can all do that. We can all have a good night's sleep with a bit of luck or get grandma to look after the kids. But what I build is sustainable sleep. It's here to stay. Build strong sleep foundations. And with the 3 of parts of my plan all working together, is how we can get consecutive 8 hours sleep plus every night. So here is another family that I used to work with, her Kirsty. She had a little one who was co-sleeping, and she was just getting too big, and parents felt that she needed her own space, but then they didn't know how to go from co-sleeping to sleeping in her own in her own sleep space. So I helped them through this. This particular family chose to sleep in a floor bed. So we worked together, and I got little one to be able to fall asleep on her floor bed, while her parents slept in their own room next door. And yeah, you can see working with Nikki was an absolute game changer for us. And now their toddler is independently sleeping in the floor bed in her own room. So why this can happen within days. Babies over 6 months have the ability. They can self-settle, and they can limit their sleep cycles. So babies over 6 months have the neurological ability. They are able to. And I know that for certain, which is why this workshop is for over 6 months olds. Because less than that, you can be there can be a grey area, but over that, like some 5 months olds can, and some are depending on where they are and what that looks like. And if your little one is under 6 months, then have a chat with me. But over 6 months, they have the ability. They can self-settle and they can link their sleep cycles. I can say that with certainty. So when the right structure is in place, the right response is consistent, and the energy around little one is steady and confident, change happens quickly. And not because it's harsh or, it's harsh, or what's the other word? I don't know. But not because it's harsh, but because it's clear. Children love nothing more than a clear plan. They feel confident in it. They feel it. They're secure in that environment. It's where they thrive, and that is the difference when you're working on sleep. Having the right structure, having the right response that's consistent, and having the right energy. Them 3 combined are going to get you your change, and that's why it happens quickly. So who is this for? So this is for families who value experience, who believe that I am going to get the stuff done because they know that I am experienced in what I'm doing, and I'm going to get them to their end goals. You need to believe in experience. You need to value that experience. And families that want it handled properly. We're not here for just advice and say, here you go, give that a go and see how you get on, or try this tonight and try that tomorrow night. This is not what this is about. This is sleep intervention, where I come in and I get your little one to sleep. Families that are done surviving, that we've all been there as parents, but it's just too much, and you're ready for someone to take your hand and move forward to the next stage. So if you're looking for free tips to try, this probably isn't you. And to be honest, you can Google, ChatGPT, Instagram, TikTok. They're all full of sleep consultants sharing tips, and they're everywhere. Plenty of places you can get tips. So if tips or free advice is what you're after, then this isn't the program for you. But if you're wanting to get a full night's sleep, then this is the program for you. So yeah, another family here. Me, I'm always checking in. How's it going? Quite good. We've been getting him to sleep, and he's sleeping through the night. This is after, obviously, I've left, and occasionally waking for some water. And this is why I put this one in, because I always tend to children's needs. A need will always be met. A child wanting a drink of water, of course, we're not going to say you can't have a drink. So we always tend to our children's needs. We might not tend to all their wants. We might change their wants slightly, which is fine. We're allowed to do that. But your child's needs will always be met. And here is an example of one of their sleep diaries. So yeah, amazing. So if you are ready for 8 hours to become your new normal, then book a confidential call with me today. I will tell you honestly whether in-home sleep intervention is right fit for your family, or we're a right fit to work together. So yeah, book a call with me, and let's get us going on this journey down the in-home support pathway. Thank you so much for downloading my workshop, and you know where I am when you're ready to book that call.